Hello and welcome to Raising Those Spirits. I'm Steve,
And I'm Sam.
and we are in spooky season.
Ooh, it is October when you're listening to this.
And I got nothing on that. We're so far
It's
behind.
not,
We have episodes in the can. That's my fault.
it's
Uh,
no one's fault. It's being parents.
yeah, very draining. Uh, so it's my month, and I got Rhode Island. Didn't even have to shift things
Exciting, because
around for
that's,
that.
yeah, that's nice.
Except we already kind of did Rhode Island like 2 years ago when we did like local lore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I am going to do something I didn't fully um, dive into in my thing. So this is the Gloucester Ghoul. Uh, Gloucester's in the northwestern part of Rhode Island. Uh, which is like dense forest and hill country. In 1839, a famous pirate named Albert Hicks and his crew were searching for buried treasure in the woods near Gloucester, and they were digging in the darkness because they're pirates, and a terrifying creature emerged from the darkness, kind of like a hellhound to a degree, if it was related to the Jersey Devil again. Uh, According to his account, the beast was as big as a cow, with a body covered in rattling scales, bat like wings, spiral horns, and eyes that glowed like fiery orbs. Flames shot out of its mouth and nostrils, and it kind of was as startled to see them as they were to see it, let out an unearthly shriek, and vanished into the night.
I love
That
that
is,
imagery. Just like, oh shit, oh shit, and then bams.
yeah. And Hicks was a famous pirate, like notoriously killed like hundreds of people up and down the East Coast. So like, if this was in his journal, so that's cool. And other people did see it for like the next 60 years. It kind of petered out around 1900. Maybe it died. I don't know. But there were a bunch of speculation and sightings around that 60-year period. But I think the description's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
So, I mean, Rhode Island's the size of a package stamp. So I'm going to say if this thing was alive, it's dead. We would have found it.
That's a valid thought. Valid thought. Probably dead.
There is a theory that the buried treasure wasn't their buried treasure. I think it was like Captain Kidd's. And their theory is that like Hellhound, the Gloucester Ghoul is a like literal demon that he has protecting his treasure,
I'd buy
and
it.
that's it. But yeah, all descriptions. The only real difference in the physical descriptions were some people said it was bigger, more like the size of an elephant than a cow.
That's
But
pretty. That's a broad spectrum there.
yeah, still large. I mean, maybe they were farsighted. So that's it. That's Rhode Island's last remaining cryptid that I hadn't gone over that I feel like holds any water.
We're getting on towards the end of the alphabet here with the states. We've been doing this with this segment for a long time.
Yeah, we're gonna be in S next episode.
Oh man, we're gonna have to start thinking about what we're gonna follow up United States of cryptids with.
Weren't we gonna do the continental cryptids?
Oh yeah, that's right. Gonna go global with it.
Yeah, it's the true sequel, and then after that we'll go to outer space cryptids, aliens. Oh
All
snap!
those Martian cryptids. They're out there.
So, for my drink, Sam, I'm doing another old fashioned because I'm an old man. Um, well, especially this time of year, there's typically like as they're going into the fall drinks, there's always like signature old fashions at these places.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
there was a sign and it was like ask about our seasonal old fashioned, and I was like, what is your seasonal old fashioned? And she was like, oh, it's a black cherry old fashioned. And I thought to myself, this is either going to be undrinkable or just phenomenal, and it was the latter. Went down like candy. It might be my new favorite way to take an old fashioned.
Oh, that sounds really delicious.
Yeah, it like I had to pace myself on it. I don't know what they used at the bar that I was at, but the recipe I looked up that looked relatively close is bullet bourbon, bitters, black cherry syrup, uh, Luxardo cherries, an orange peel, and then a rocks glass. Um, it was really good.
Uh, Sounds really good.
Old fashions are
Yeah.
potentially the most versatile whiskey cocktail.
Yeah, I've had a few different kinds of old fashions, and they're always very enjoyable. One of the easiest drinks.
So we've actually had a bottle of scotch that we bought in Scotland like a decade ago. Um, Really good bottle. And we've always been saving it for like a special occasion, and so many have happened, and for whatever reason every time we weren't able to like open it. So my son started full school finally, so we cracked it open, and I don't normally drink scotch, but Edgedour Distillery's Bellichin is killer. Like if you like a smoky peat to your scotch, this is it. So
Oh
that's my
yeah.
secondary recommendation.
Well, I am drinking a cup of coffee, even though it's nighttime,
It's 8:12 at
because
night.
I'm very. It is 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8:12 at night as we record this. No, because my dog's been keeping me up like every night. We are at the point of the season where I don't know what it is. Maybe she's just constantly smelling rabbits. But I've had maybe one full night's sleep, I would say, in the past 2 weeks.
So
That was not interrupted by a dog.
you think 8:12 coffee is going to help that?
I think that it's going to get me through this recording, and I think it's going to get me through the next thing I have to do after this recording.
Oh my god.
Because I got stuff to, I'm still, I'm moving, I'm shaking. The big problem is just like I hate being tired and walking the dog. So at least now I'll be alert and walking the dog.
I guess.
No, it's hell because she always wakes me up at like 1 o'clock in the morning when my sleepy time medicine is at its most full effect. Which means that I'm like stumbling around the suburban streets with a dog, really not in a good headspace, like just wanting to do whatever I can to get back into bed. I'm just like, poop, dog, just poop. If you need to poop, you need to just poop now. It has not been fun. Hopefully, once the season is done changing, she'll calm down a little bit. But for now, like, I gotta, I got stuff to do. I gotta try and stay up a little bit because I deserve a little me time at the end of the day, and it's not fair. Like I get to the end of the day and then I just fall asleep.
No, you do this.
I do this, and I want to be awake for this because otherwise I would be nodding off during this recording, which has,
Yeah.
that's not great.
Yeah,
It
I'm
doesn't
pretty
make for
ragged.
enter. It does not make for entertaining podcasting.
If tonight's episode wasn't our like main October episode, I might have bailed. But you can't miss spooky season.
No, it's spooky season, and we watched. as you know because you've seen the title of the episode, Disney's Haunted Mansion from 2023, the third adaptation of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland, which is kind of funny.
I have not seen the first one, which is the Eddie Murphy one, but we've now covered two of them on the podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can compare this one at least to the Muppet version. And I was just in Disneyland about a month ago, a little over a month ago. So I've recently been on the Haunted Mansion ride. So I feel like at some point we need to watch the Eddie Murphy version, maybe next Halloween, so we could say that we've experienced all levels of Haunted Mansion media.
I mean, that's fair.
No, it's good. It's full circle, as it
Yeah,
were.
I had forgotten that this one even came out, and it turns out that's mainly because Jared Leto is the villain, but
Ugh, yeah.
he's barely in it. He is barely in it, and he's fully got CGI overlaid over him, so you don't even really realize it's Jared Leto, so it makes it very watchable.
That was one of the points of this movie where I was like, this movie was a big flop. And I think one of the things that really contributed to the fact that this movie was a flop was its budget. It had like $150 million budget. I don't think it needed it. And I can't help but think they did not need to cast Jared Leto in this.
No.
No, cast. If you're gonna have a character that is 100% animated in a live action movie, don't go for the big A-list name actor. Don't go for Jared Leto. I don't know. I don't get the appeal.
Yeah, especially if you're not going to see him.
Yeah, I couldn't help. The whole time I was thinking, I was like, this should have been Clancy Brown, one of my
Yeah.
very favorite character actors, one of the best voice actors in working today. He would have done such a better job. in
I
that role with the
100%
Hatbox
agree.
Ghost. Yeah, off the top of my head, I was like, Clancy Brown, you could go funnier with it and get a Tom Kenny to do this. You could get Frank Welker to do his like 80s Dr. Claw voice and have a better, like, do better. Because those are all people they're trained to do voice acting, which is what the role was. It's like, don't get Jared Leto. Like, what a waste of money.
Yeah.
You never see him.
And for a second, I was like, oh, okay. He must have been attached, because this has been in development hell since like 2009 or something.
Yeah.
And originally it was actually Guillermo del Toro doing it. So I was like, oh, maybe he was attached to the original one. And then I was like, wait, no, Doug Jones was playing Hatbox Ghost in the original one.
How good would Doug Jones have been as Hatbox Ghost?
Much better.
Again,
I don't know.
So much better.
You can still hire him. You don't, just because Del Toro's gone doesn't mean you can't use him.
Yeah, reading up on the production history of this movie, and I really, reading up on the production history and realizing when it came out, I think this is very much in the era of Disney was trying to put out just as much content as they possibly could because they were really riding high off of the success of the Marvel movies, and it was before that, 2 years ago. It seems very recent, but that was before that veneer started to rub off, and it, you realize that they were still fallible. So I think
And
I think
Go ahead.
they were trying to mine content from wherever they could. Because we also got Jungle Cruise around this time, which was also similarly just like, okay. So I think they were really just trying to pump out content. I would love to understand why Del Toro left the project. Like, could they not come to an agreement on a script? I
Yep.
just feel like you need to just give Del Toro the room he needs to cook and get out of his way.
I don't know why all these people keep hiring Del Toro and then not letting him cook. This is like the third or fourth movie we've discussed on this podcast about this. absurd.
Yeah, this movie did not know what it wanted to be. So I mean, I'll say that I wanted to like this. I watched it once through and I was just like, okay, I don't quite get this, but maybe like let me get my daughter to watch it with me. Maybe she'll enjoy it. And she had to turn it off because it was too scary. And I think that's where this movie like I mean, this that's where this movie loses me. It's like it really was too scary for younger kids, like elementary school age kids. And then I think it doesn't have enough of an edge to it for older kids or adults, and it was trying to walk a line between those two things to appeal to both crowds, and I don't think it appealed to either. Um,
That's a
that's
common
ultimately how I felt
review
about this.
that I saw. Basically, what you just said.
Mhm.
I actually really enjoyed this. My
Oh yeah,
5-year-old son was not too scared. He loved this movie. I did think he was going to get too scared. I was watching him once or twice, like, am I going to have to abort? But he loved it. And
oh
honestly, this
really?
was, yeah, this was funny. Like, they were really good about like rule of three with jokes and just bringing stuff back and timing. I mean, they had a great cast working for it.
The cast is real. I mean, like I would say that that was one of the things that really got me with this movie. It was like this is a great cast. I love Lakeith Stanfield. I think he's great. Um, I love Danny DeVito. I love Rosario Dawson. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis, not Jared Leto. I don't
Tiffany
know how I'm supposed to
Haddish.
feel about. You know, I like her. I don't know what. I don't know where people land on her right now because she did some stuff. I remember reading in the news she did some stuff that was like not cool.
Oh, I hadn't
But I'm
heard
not.
that.
Yeah, I'm not up on it enough, and it was one of those things where it's like I kind of wanted not to know about it because I really like her in everything I've seen her in. So it's just like I want to continue to like her.
Fair.
Um, Yeah, so it's a stellar cast. It really is. I'm not going to knock the cast, but I wonder if that's where the budget got so bloated. Because
Yeah, the
you
big
got Jamie Lee
names.
Curtis in this movie. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie. Dan DeVito's in this movie. Rosario Dawson, Luke, whichever Wilson it is. Owen Wilson?
Owen.
Owen Wilson. So yeah, they put a lot of money into this cast, and I think they could have been a little more conservative with the casting to keep the budget down.
Yeah, I liked. Again, the cast had great chemistry, and the plot was a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. It needed to be. This was honestly like a really good. If you told me this was like a modern reimagining of Casper instead of the Haunted Mansion, this actually vibed with me very similarly to the Christina Ricci Casper.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I read that people didn't like about it were just stuff I was willing to accept. Like a lot of people
Okay.
complained because there's definitely product placement in this, but like I didn't think it was over the top. Like she drives up in a U-Haul because they're moving, and that's what people do when they're moving. Like she mentioned, she has all this weird vanilla candle because she forgot to cancel the Amazon subscription, and it's product placement. But I feel like that's like relatable product placement. I'm like, who among us has not forgotten to
Yeah,
unsubscribe to something?
yeah, I read that criticism and I disagreed with it. I was like, if anything, I had a problem with this movie. It was certainly not the product placement. It all felt much more natural than you see in a lot of movies. Like, yeah, of course she's
Yes,
going to be using a U-Haul. It's like, who hasn't rented a U-Haul? That's a normal, everyday thing that happens in your life. And yeah, it's just like it's a vanilla scented candle from Amazon. Like, okay, again, a very regular sentence that happens in most people's existences. So I feel like they
exactly.
said the name of they didn't say the names of the products. It's just like it happened that they were using said product. So no, I agree. I absolutely disagreed with the sentiment that there was too much product placement in this movie because I hardly noticed it. And even watching it the second time I watched it, I didn't think it was egregious. So I think people were looking to have a problem with this movie as opposed to the things that I've already had a problem with.
I agree. I think this movie honestly also was kind of hurt by being minority run, not in its overall good. Like it was good, but I feel like it got a lot harsher reviewed than a lot of other stuff similar.
Oh, okay. So people see this and then they think of it as like a black movie, and then they're gonna review it more critically than they would if it was a white cast.
Yes, and because like
Mm.
to me, it was a like black take on the haunted mansion with especially with a lot of the humor and stuff, but it was hilarious. They did such a good job. Like,
No,
but
and I think
other
that
people.
goes to being. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say other people are racist though. So
Yeah. No, it's set in New Orleans. I think you're working with like the actual demographics of the people who are there. I didn't read too many reviews. I would absolutely believe that people are racist. Um, uh, and it makes sense. Also, I mean, like the Eddie Murphy version was about a black family moving into the mansion. I think there's some similarity there. So yeah, I still need to go watch that one.
yeah, we'll do it next year.
Yeah, next year we'll do it. I like that it kept true to a lot of the stuff in the ride itself. There was plenty of stuff that I saw that was like pulled directly from the ride, which was really exciting because I had just been on it and it was so fresh in my mind. I
So
did
many
think it was
Easter
funny that
eggs.
yeah, tons and tons. I did think it was funny, and I thought about this while I was there when I was at Disneyland last month. That I was like, oh, they had a haunted mansion movie come out not too long ago, and there was really no tie into it at all in the park. Like, I don't think I saw any merchandise that was related to this movie, um, which I found kind of surprising. But again, like, the movie wasn't a huge success. If it had been, I'm sure there would have been more. Um, but it felt like they've kind of like distanced themselves from this.
Yeah, they fully have, which is a disappointment because like they had it set up for a sequel and it was supposed to follow the ghost captain of the ship was supposed to be what the sequel was about, his story.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I read that in one of like the post interviews with the director or something is like they wanted to do a sequel with that. So, I mean, I'm still hopeful. They haven't said they're not doing it, but definitely left it open, and the cast did a great job. So if they can get a solid script, I'm back.
Yeah, I was
They
kind of surprised that there wasn't a more explicit sequel bait. Like, I mean, we do see the sea captain ride off in the end in a boat, and I think it would make perfect sense to do, a haunted boat movie. Those are always fun. But I thought there would be like a post credit where we see something much more explicit. Because again, that's what Disney's been doing for so many years with the Marvel movies. That you kind of come to expect it.
I think you were definitely right earlier when you were talking about how around this time they were just churning out media, and I think it's because it was we were just coming out of pandemic, and Disney Plus blew up over the pandemic. And I think they were just throwing content at the wall, and whatever stuck, and whatever didn't, like, it wasn't even a loss. They tried. They were just, that was the purpose right now. See what sticks. Um, which is, we got this movie, but now we're not getting more, probably.
Yeah, they were definitely stretching themselves too thin at the time because that was also when like the Marvels came out and that was a big flop because they were trying to do too much with Disney Plus where they were like doing a bunch of Disney Plus tie-in. I wonder if because this came out in 2023. The Muppet Haunted Mansion, which we talked about before, that came out in 2021. which means they had to have been at some level of production at the same time. Because I imagine the Muppet Haunted Mansion probably came together relatively quickly, whereas this would have been in production for a couple of years. So I wonder if the idea of putting out that Muppet Haunted Mansion was to do some synergy and tie in with this.
Grease the wheels.
Yeah, something like get it in people's heads.
I
I
believe that.
wonder if that. Yeah, and there's so much stuff that they create and they put it on Disney Plus, or they'll make it for Disney Plus, and then it'll get into theaters because it was better than they expected. Like that's what happened with that Lilo and Stitch and the Moana sequel. This, I feel like if they had done a Haunted Mansion movie for Disney Plus and they had done it on a lower budget, I think they could. I think they could have succeeded a little bit more. 'Cause again, it's
Yeah,
just like I really think the problem was they put way too much money into this movie.
and they focused too hard on the wrong aspects of it. Like, the only thing I really knew about this is that Rosario Dawson and Jared Leto were leading it, and Jared Leto isn't running it. He's barely in it. Um, if I had known Danny DeVito and Owen Wilson and this, like the rest of this great cast was in it, I probably would have given it a chance. But they didn't push really anything, let alone the right things.
Yeah, when this was in theaters, I wanted to see it. I remember when it came out, I was interested in going to see it, and it felt like, yeah, not that I get to the movies that often, but it felt like it was out of theaters before I even really noticed that it had gotten into theaters. Like it was just like in and out really quick. It's so odd that it like came out in July. I guess they put it out in July, wanting to get it onto Disney Plus for October.
I guess I don't
Maybe
even know
this
why
would
they.
have been better.
I don't even know why they put this in theaters, because again, it was 2023. Not a lot of things were in theaters at that time. Everyone was still doing the movies at home thing.
Oh, that's
So
true. Yeah, we are still pretty deep in pandemic.
the amount of money they could have saved just by doing a big Halloween release on Disney Plus. Why not? Like, I don't know. People should get fired for so many of the
I'm
movies
sure.
that we watch just because, like, K-pop Demon Hunters, someone decided not to put weight behind that. Haunted Mansion, someone decided not to put weight behind that. Um, and those people shouldn't have jobs. Me and Sam should have those jobs.
I would love to have that job. Yeah, I wonder
So,
if they were trying to make this into something like the Pirates of the Caribbean, because yeah, that was certainly the sense I got with the Jungle Cruise. Because I watched Jungle Cruise when it came on to on demand. But turning these Disney theme park rides into blockbuster movies has been way more miss than hit.
yeah, so I haven't seen the Eddie Murphy one, but apparently that one is basically just the plot of the Haunted Mansion ride. They just basically leaned into that lore. Meanwhile, this one, it's a whole new story, but they dropped so many. There's just so many Easter eggs to the ride. Like the chair that Tiffany Haddish is in when she gets thrown out of the house is one of the chairs from the ride
Oh yeah,
that you sit in. Like the spell that they say at the end to fight the ghost is what's being chanted in one of the rooms in the ride. There's two mansions in this. There's Crump Mansion and then there's the main mansion. Crump Mansion is actually built to resemble the Disneyland one, and the one that the movie takes place in is built to resemble the one from Disney World. So, like, little things like that, they were like, we'll just take the essence of this and drop it onto a plot. Like, if you had told me this was a B family horror movie that Disney slapped the Haunted Mansion onto, I'd believe
Hmm.
it. It would be a high budget B one, and again, I enjoyed it. I plan on watching it again this Halloween. But it, if you told me that, I'd believe you.
Sure, like they had a script available and they were like, "Oh, we have this script and let's just make it like Haunted Mansion."
Basically, it's like, what's your script? Oh, we're doing a movie about it takes place in a haunted mansion. Is it a haunted mansion movie? No. Is there anything preventing it from being a haunted mansion movie? No. Put his name on it. Like, that is quite possibly something that happened.
No, I'd believe it.
So, any parts of this that stuck out at you?
Hmm. I like the ghost effects. I thought, when they were leaning into the horror early on in the movie, I really did think it looked good. Even if
Yes.
as the movie went on, I felt like I started to feel like it looked a little too slick. I wish it looked a little bit more grimy, I guess. I don't know. So there were points where I felt like I was watching a video game. Oh. But early on when like we were first like getting into the mansion and they were leaning into it being creepy, that I really liked. And that was also the part that my daughter couldn't get through because it was too scary.
Yeah, people complained about the special effects not being good, but to me, this felt like, you remember the new Are You Afraid of the Dark that we watched? Like the high production quality?
Yes.
This had that kind of a vibe to me, because as you said, like it was a little too slick, and I'm like, but it almost captures that Are You Afraid of the Dark level, which appealed to me. But yeah, there is a scene at the towards the beginning where the 9-year-old boy that lives in the house sees the ghost of a bride, and she does like the quick head movement thing, and I was like, oh, that's too good for a kids movie. um,
Right. And that was where I was thinking it was just like, yeah, this movie needs to like figure out where it is. Like, does it want to be like truly scary or does it need to have kid appeal? And that I think is what hurt it in my house.
Fair enough. I had one more thing to say, but I don't remember what it is now. Eh, if it comes back, it comes back.
Fair enough. Um, yeah, the ghosts when the ghosts were good. I wish didn't exactly understand what the Hatbox Ghosts plan was. Is it
Oh,
trying to take over the world or
the
something?
Hatbox Man. So they did like a ton of seances, and eventually they attracted an actual like demon from the other side. Um, and but he was tied to that house. I think he needed 1,000 souls to be freed from that house. So I don't know if it would have like ended the world, but it would have unleashed him on the world.
Oh, okay. For some vague evil.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what would have happened if he got free, but all the other ghosts thought it would be real bad.
One of the things that I didn't understand the plot of this movie, and I think this is true of a lot of haunted house movies, is they have definitive proof that life exists after death. There's something beyond death. And they're trying to get help. But they're still being secretive about it. Like, I feel like they could get a lot of people to come help them with their ghost problem because they've been able to like replicate it so frequently. Like, get as many people to this house as you can, and then the ghost problem will be unignorable for the public, and you'll be
Yeah,
able to
but
get your help. You don't need to keep tricking people into helping you.
well, you have to because every person who ends up in the house gets haunted when they leave, and there's a 999 ghosts in this place, Sam. You got to get a lot of people before it's not a risk. No one wants to be
You can
haunted.
Imagine saying, like, we have definitive proof. We have definitive, quantifiable proof of ghosts. You can, like, undeniable, absolutely 100% undeniable. That house is haunted. Anybody who walks into the house experienced ghosts immediately. You could definitely get over 1,000 people to sign up to just walk into the house, get a ghost, get that ghost out of the house. And then if everybody just stays kind of on the periphery of the... Okay, now I'm going really deep. Everybody stays on the periphery of the mansion until the main ghost is dealt with. And he won't have any of his ghost friends to do anything to help him. Problem solved. It's a solvable problem. You just get Jamie Lee Curtis's face to do it.
What's your backup plan if that goes south? And
Why
now
you
you
gotta
have
do me like that,
1,000
Steve?
angry people who are being haunted. Their lives are on your...
You
Yeah, that's the
have
thing.
They all signed. They all had to sign a disclaimer.
The because the ghosts try and murder them several times. They have axes thrown at them. They have like harpoons and stuff when they're out of the mansion. Like there is a great little cameo by Hassan Minaj.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a great little cameo from Hassan Minaj, and there's one from Dan Levy as well. And there, besides all the normal Disney Easter eggs, there is a fun. The mummy in this is modeled after Eddie, the mascot for Iron Maiden.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I know that mummy.
Yeah, that is specifically off the cover of one of their albums, which I thought was a cool little nod.
I wonder if they had to get permission for that because it's not ambiguous at all.
I mean, at this point, there's a chance Disney owns Iron Maiden's discography.
Absolutely possible.
Like, they might own Eddie right now.
They own everything else. They might as well own Eddie.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. I saw that scene. I was like, I know that. I couldn't remember who it was from. I was like, it's not Motorhead, but that's definitely a metal album cover monster. Like, I've seen
Yep.
that exact mummy before.
Yes, you have. The album escapes me right now, but it's one of their more famous ones.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So you got anything else?
No, I mean, like, I think it's worth checking out. If your kid is easily scared or is a little skittish, maybe watch it first to see if it'll work for them. Otherwise, it's perfectly serviceable haunted mansion movie. Watch it out
Yeah.
for Halloween season. I think you could have a good time with it.
Yeah, I think if you liked like Casper, Hocus Pocus, all that stuff, this has the same energy. So if that's your vibe, check it out this Halloween.
Yeah. And of course, let us know what else you're watching this Halloween. Let us know what you think we should cover in future episodes. You can find us at RT Spirits Pod. We're on Facebook and Instagram. So let us know if you've seen this movie. What do you think of it? What your favorite version of Haunted Mansion is? Or anything else you think we should know. We'd love to hear from you.
As always, I'm Steve.
And I'm Sam.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night.